It's the Spotter Stand Live, starring BSR Pockets, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Momo, BSR Jova, BSR Scar, BSR SR5, Eddie D, featuring BSR Wings, Bola J, Vince Conway, BSR Rugrat, Gear, Big Vito, Palmion, Randy Seeley, musical guest, BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Spotter Stand. Got some more news and updates for you guys this week. We all just left Homestead. 3 nights of racing at Homestead. Also raced Daytona on Saturday night in the team series. Eddie D in the booth with us tonight. Hot Rod, Pockets, and Big Vito all joining us. I'm sure we'll have a couple more step in here before the show is over. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, and you?
Doing good.
Still surviving.
Good.
So I got a couple of picks I'd like to share with everybody this week. We started off with some new pictures. You guys all recall BSR Rugrat won her first race with us at the very beginning of the year, and not just any race. She won the Hangover 250 annual race held only once per year. Prestigious race. As a few of you guys have found out here recently, it feels great to get your first win. And to get a win of the track like this and a race like this. That feels even better. But Rugrat recently received her trophy for that victory. It took a while, but she finally got it. Here's a pic of it. It's basically checkered flag, cross checkered flag trophy. Looks like a little reef there in front of it. Bomb Squad Racing Annual Hangover 250, January 1st, 2020, Daytona race winner, number 065 BSR Rugrat.
A nice trophy.
And you can't...
Very much.
I've got a second picture of it here. A little bit
Awesome looking trophy.
nice.
Nice.
Closer up. So that these are actual checkered flags, and Hot Rod was telling me earlier, because when I was looking at it first, the image of it looks like it's checkered flags, but here it looks like some of the black is kind of missing. But Hot Rod was telling me that it's actually just depends on how the light shines on it. That it's harder to some of the black looks a little bit lighter. It's kind of a gray. How did you describe it, Larry?
It's like a frosted over black, so it's kind of like see-through, like so screened on. So depending on how the light hits it, lightens it up and sometimes makes it disappear.
Well deserved and earned trophy for sure. It's not easy, like we said, to get any kind of a win, but a win in a race like that where it's not a team series, Daytona. It's every man for himself, and that's a race that everybody wants to win because it's a once-a-year event. Rugrat pulled off the victory, and she got that great trophy. So congrats, Rugrat, once again on the win, and glad you got something there that you can set on the dresser, on the mantle, on the shelf, anywhere, and you can always look at that and remind you of that good time and that victory you got there at the Hangover 250.
And she's not in here. I don't know what she's doing. She was going to tease me and tell you that her mother left her put it in her good china cabinet, and she wouldn't put mine in there. So
Oh,
actually, because mine won't fit, it was too tall. Hers fit, so that's where it went.
Well, that one's it's decent. What is it? 10-inch trophy, I think. So it's decent
Yeah,
size. But yours was, I think, what 14,
15. Yeah,
15? Yeah.
15. Yeah, 15 inches high. It just wouldn't fit. The only place it would fit, then you couldn't see the very top of it. So
Well, let's get into the racing for the week. We're going to start out with Wednesday night. We ran Homestead all 3 nights this week. Wednesday night truck series did run at Homestead, and as you can see there, it looks like Mayhem took the pole, and myself, BSR Texan, took the victory in the truck series on Wednesday night. Wednesday night, really all 3 nights were some great racing. Friday night, I think we had a few more cautions than the rest of the night, but we had some green flag stops Wednesday and Thursday night. Several green flag stops in those races. Wednesday night was a great race and a lot of fun. Green flag stops, and I picked up another win here in the truck series in the 2020 season. Let's go take a look at our race results from Wednesday night.
yes, Texan with the win. Mayhem second. Pockets third. Eddie D fourth, and BSR Joba rounds out the top 5.
Eddie D, 4th place. Good job, man. You finding yourself in the top 5 regularly here.
Yeah, it's something else. I'm telling you, this season so far, it's just been phenomenal for me and the 75 team. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I hope it keeps going on.
Well, it can only get better. You know, like we were all telling you at the end of last season, the more experience you get under your belt, the better it's going to get. The more you get used to every track that we run at and the setups, and now when you go in and you're giving yourself, some practice time before the race, it's not just completely getting familiar with the track. It's just refamiliarizing yourself, to somewhere that you've most likely raced before already. So yeah, I'm glad to see you doing well there in gear. Looks like 6th place finish. I mean, that's not too bad. Palmy and the rookie in 7th place. Hot Rod, what happened to you in that race? 12 laps down. Did you
Blew up right at the
yeah,
end. Remember?
lost the motor? Yes, sir. I do remember now. You led 17 laps, which is more than the 2nd place finisher Mayhem with 13 laps. So you definitely had a good truck. And until it looks like it says piston over there. So yeah.
Yeah, I got damage earlier. I think that helped inflict the damage because I didn't change anything in my setup for Friday and finished the race anyway.
I think if I would have had a few more laps, I could have reeled Pockets in because I was gaining on him slowly, but just not enough laps to get him.
It looks like Pockets wasn't too far off of 2nd place, half a second, somewhere in about a half a second, a little over half a second range, and Pockets being awful quiet here. Third place finish is it's not too shabby.
You do see that Wednesday, right? Pockets is the only driver to not lead a lap was Pockets finishing third.
I do see that.
Not lead a lap. I actually had to get caught back up, I think, because this the night I got a black flag, was it not?
Yes, you fell out actually. So you
got
a
lap down. Had to fight back for 3rd place. What Eddie's not taking into consideration is those 2 laps that he needed was the only 2 laps that I needed to possibly get 2nd place. So I was there. I just needed, you know what I mean. You try to conserve a little bit and pull the trigger at the right time, and sometimes you just pull it a little too late or a little too early, whichever way you're going to look at it. But yeah, it was we'll take a podium finish there at Homestead. Homestead's a great track. I love that track. I wish we raced it more than once a year.
Yeah, me too. Homestead is a great track. It's a lot of fun racing in the truck and the Cup. Completely different racing though in the Cup series versus the truck.
It
You're
sure is.
actually able to use the bottom of the track a little bit.
Truck series, you just it's more one lane racing. You can't really pass with trucks unless you get help. So
Yeah, there is a lot of draft there. It sure is. It does help.
It did happen a few times, but not often. You got to not only get a great run, but whoever's on the top has got to bobble a little bit as well for you to be able to make that pass on the bottom without any help.
yeah, it's real hard.
Let's go take a look at the standings here in the Cup Series or Truck Series. I believe we are now 4 races in to this series.
Yep.
And it looks like I hold the lead by 15 points over Pockets in second place. Eddie D in third place, down by 24. And we've got a tie for fourth place between Gear and Hot Rod, both back by 27 points. With Mayhem, Mayhem's missed at least one race in this series, back by 47 points. The tie for fourth place, 4 races in. Hot Rod and Gear.
Hot rod and gear. Where is gear?
Got a lot to go in the truck though, because this don't have no segments in it. So we ain't even close to halfway in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is the truck like? 25 races
13.
for the season?
Yeah, it's 25 total, but it's 13 in the whole first season in the regular season.
23 total.
23 total. Yeah, and then a 10 race chase.
Yep.
So let's go.
I can't wait for the chase because the dirt race is in the chase again, baby.
So we will be back in the trucks come this Wednesday, Texas Motor Speedway, and we'll be at Texas all 3 nights again, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you notice here on the schedule,
it is a points race. Yes, sir.
It is a bonus point race. 3 bonus points to the win, 2 bonus points for second place, one bonus point for third, fourth, and fifth place. So you definitely want to show up for this one. It's like we were telling Momo, he's missed a few races here lately. If there's any races you want to be at, it's these bonus point races because this is this is where it's at the end of the season. When we get into the chase, we've talked about it several times before. 1 point can make all the difference. So whatever you can do to finish in the top 5, get a first or even a second place, get that 3 bonus points or 2 bonus points in these bonus point races, it's really going to help your overall season when it comes to chase time.
Yeah, I'm looking to try to get my first bonus points in the truck series, hopefully this Wednesday.
Unfortunately, I got to work, so I won't be able to be there.
Bonus point. You know the story. We talk about them all the time here, Shirley. Everybody gets the point of the bonus points now. So Texas it's going to be some fun. It's going to be a fun week. Makes those races a little more interesting, a lot more competitive.
Texas is always a great race.
Yeah, there'll be some drivers running probably with their spoiler down a little bit at Texas. I believe there's just about everybody's got their spoiler down some, whether it be 68 or 67, and you might have some folks that are running it way down there at 60 or so.
That's my number.
Yeah. Let's go over take a look at our Cup Series. Or I'm sorry, Xfinity Series. We're going to we go to Cup. Cup is Thursday night. We're going to go to Cup. So Thursday night Cup Series, we are now 6 races in to this first segment, almost halfway. Homestead once again, and it was myself, BSR Texan, got the pole. And look at our winner, our very own foot doctor, BSR Hot Rod, took the win at Homestead in the Cup Series. Great job, Hot Rod.
Thanks, Texan. Yes, I got that was a well of a race. Had it not been for late caution, I wouldn't have won though. I stayed out on old tires. Me, Pockets, and the Bubba J stayed out uh, under the late race caution. I think there was 9 laps to go. Pockets, am I right? It was right around there
I
anyway. If it
think
wasn't
so.
9.
Well,
And
I think so.
Pockets got a great start. Bubba J had a good restart. They were both out 1 and 2. I started third. I got to slide up in front of whoever was in fourth at the time on the restart. But I seen that mayhem coming, and I didn't waste no time. I got around Bubba J right away. Was following Pockets. I was waiting for Pockets to make a mistake or for us to hold off mayhem, because Pockets was the same theory as I had: stay on the bottom and just make them pass us on the outside. And Pockets slid up the track. I drove under him, got by him. And yeah, then I just stayed on the bottom and made mayhem try to pass me on the outside. I slid up turn 4 on the last lap, and luckily my car hooked in the middle of the corner, and I drove away from him. He couldn't get by me.
Yeah, that was a great race, and that late race caution made that race even that much more fun. With 9, like we said, we went green with about 9 laps to go, and on that restart, that was a hell of a race. That last, because it went green all the way that last whole bit, and
Yep.
that was a hell of a race there at the end. Cars using every bit of the track: high lane, low lane, middle lane. Uh, passing, swapping spots. It was that was some fun racing.
Yep. And I knew you and Mayhem had taped up, so I knew you two guys were going to be coming.
Yeah, taped up and had fresh tires, but
Yes.
it didn't help us as far as I mean, we might have gained a spot or two, but you're still able to manage to get that victory. Let's go take a look here at the results from Thursday night's Cup race.
Yes, I got the win. Mayhem got second. Bubba J third. Texan fourth. And Pockets managed to hold off for top 5.
Ooh, I burnt my stuff up out there out front and bobbled, made a little mistake, got it pushed up into the high side, and then regulated me back to 5th. But all in all, still a great race. I mean, that's Cup cars at Homestead. It was weird being at Homestead this time of the year too. So, but
Yes. Yes, it was.
Now, Eddie D, I believe I see you 3 laps down there. Didn't you get black flag and have to go in more than once?
No, his
Yes,
internet.
I shot myself in the foot like 3 times over.
I thought your internet was messed up on Wednesday night. Didn't you think that the night you switched the computer around?
No, that was Friday night
Ah, okay.
that I had to change on at the Cup Series. I shot myself in the foot 3 times with speeding penalties.
Yep, it'll do that. That's the first time. The first time's a pass through. The second time is a stop and go.
And the third time is another pass through.
Because he got speeding going through for his stop and go.
Exactly.
Let's go take a look at our standings here in the Cup Series. 6 races into segment 1. It's like I
And
hold
so everybody knows. I think what it is here at Homestead is that secondary line coming out of pit road.
Absolutely.
That's what will bite you in the butt.
Yeah, it got SS several times on Wednesday night, if I recall. And Thursday night, I think it got him as well.
Yep, it's not the first line coming in. It's the second line that starts timing coming in. And on the way out, it's not the first line. It's the second line on the way out.
I got a little bit of that too. I think I got a black flag too one of those nights.
We can see our standings here. Pockets in second place, down by 12. Hot Rod in third, down by 14. Mayhem in fourth, down by 30. And Eddie D, there you are in the top 5, down by 33 points. That's pretty close between second and third and fourth and fifth. That's not bad, Eddie D. You're only 3 points behind Mayhem. That's pretty good. And you got Gear literally right behind you, only back by 34.
And the rookie.
Yeah, the Palmy and the rookie right there down by 36.
Yeah, we said, Palmian and I both said earlier in the season that between us new guys, we were going to make it a little bit more competitive for you veterans, and I think we're taking that to task.
Yes, yes, you are. Mayhem, two-time champion last year. He did win the Cup championship along with the truck championship, I believe. Was it? It was
Yes.
truck and truck
Yes.
and cup, and so that's saying a little something there. We're 6 races in, and you're only 3 points behind last season's champion. That's pretty good.
I do want to throw this out there, though. Mayhem has missed a race in this series.
Did he?
So, yes. So we better
Yeah.
watch out for him.
Well, he still
Yeah.
got his provisionals, which
No provisional.
no provisional.
No.
He's missed a race and didn't get any provisionals.
No, you don't.
No.
Not in regular season. You
Oh.
don't get provisional.
That's right. And I think when we go over and we get to these bonus points, we'll see he has won several races as well. So he would definitely be in the lead, I think, if he had not missed a race.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were just talking a week or two ago about how we needed to end his streak of wins, not just in the Cup Series, but in all the series. But we did. You definitely did that here in the Cup Series this week, Hot Rod, by taking the victory at Homestead.
Oh, you ended his streak last week in Atlanta, but that's okay. We got him 2 weeks in a row now.
So let's go over to Friday night. Take a look at the Xfinity Series. Also ran. Where the hell is it? There it is. Yeah. Also ran Homestead, and we are also 6 races now into the Xfinity segment 1. That is right at halfway. I believe we got 12 races in this first segment of the Xfinity Series. Mayhem pulling double duty here. Took the pole and took the victory. So Mayhem with another win this season, this time in the Xfinity Series. Great job, Mayhem. He had a great car and great race. Friday night, we had a pretty decent turnout Friday night. We had a few more cautions than the rest of the nights racing. I don't believe we had any green flag stops on Friday night. We did have a few.
No, not on Friday. We were close, but we didn't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few good long runs, but not quite any green flag stops. But we did have some great racing. Had a good time. Let's go take a look at the results from Friday night's race.
Yes, Mayhem with the win and led the most laps. He dominated the race. Pocket second, Bubba J third, Hot Rod fourth, and Gear rounds out top 5.
Gear, top 5.
Yeah, he had a good car. He led 6 laps. He had a really good car.
And put me just outside of the top 5 there. Finished in 6th place. Palmian in 7th place. Not a bad finish for the rookie. Eddie D again with some trouble. You pulled. This was Friday night. This was your
Computer issue night.
Yes, I had computer issues and had to go to my backup laptop, which was causing me to warp. So after 11 laps, I decided I'm going to get out of your guys' way so I don't cause any accidents, pulled in the pit and retired it.
And that's a tough thing to do, but hats off to you for taking the hit in the points there and pulling off the track. I believe it. You did. Was it you, Vito? When he disappeared on the track, and
Yes, he popped up right in front of me.
Yeah, literally right in front of you.
Yeah, I had to slow down, otherwise I was going to end up being inside of him, or him inside of me, probably.
Yeah,
I hate it when that happens.
That's scary right there when somebody disappears on the track and
Or Eddie
right
D's
in front
inside
of you
Vito.
Well, ask
That
Larry
makes
what
me
it's
a
like when all of a
little
sudden I show up inside your car.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Larry
it
knows
doesn't
all
end
about
very
that.
well for the person that gets up in. That's for sure.
That's actually, I think, Larry and I discussed that. I think that's the first time we actually ever seen that happen during a race. I don't know that we've had seen that before, but
Oh yeah, it
anyway.
happens all the time during practice when you're pulling out of the pits and somebody decides they want to get on the
Yeah.
track, but yeah, during a race for somebody to just happen to get towed when you go into your pit stop.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever seen it. Well, I was shocked. I didn't know what happened. I thought he fell off back in.
Let's go to the points here for the Friday night Xfinity series. A little bit closer in this series. I still hold the lead here. BSR Hot Rod in second place, down by 10 points. And look at Gear Jammer, third place, down by 18 points. Palmian, the rookie, fourth place, down by 22. And Eddie D, rounding out the top five, down by 24. Yeah,
Yes.
you guys are definitely, y'all are putting the screws to the veterans here. Yeah. Ahead of, I believe Pockets did miss a race
I guess did miss a
in
race.
this Friday night series. He's back there down by 43 points. But Gear Jammer, Palmy, and Eddie D, third, fourth, and fifth right now. And you guys can hang on to those top five spots. That is a bonus point when we end the segment. That's another bonus point. So keep that in mind.
Well, and hopefully we can be looking at those positions, if not better, come Texas this next week.
That's right.
And here's the thing: when you in them spots, we are more than halfway through this segment, so keep that in mind also.
Yeah. And it looks like, Eddie D, you're currently sitting in fifth place. You got Bubba J is, what is that, 17 points behind you. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Going to take a couple of races for.
several races, and
Yeah.
if you manage to be as consistent as you have been, especially if you don't have any internet issues, if you hadn't had the internet issues and got the last place finish in this one, you'd have even a
You'd be
few
in-
more points. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably be up there in third.
Well, it's possible. But like you said, I decided to go ahead and take the hit for the rest of you guys out there. I didn't want to be the cause of something major over something as trivial as my internet issues.
Well, like I was said before, once we get to the chase, you guys are going to have a whole season of racing behind you, a lot more seat time, and a lot more experience. So, any bonus point you can have to carry you into that chase, definitely going to help you out because, you've improved a ton since you first started racing. I know, all of us see it, and I know you got to see it too, uh, and you're just going to improve that much more by the time we get to the chase because we've still got a lot of racing left to do before the chase starts in any one of these series. So, you guys, once you get there, you're going to be even more competitive than you are right now.
Well, this year feels different already. I think last year, like everybody's saying, it was a learning curve for me personally. And I was more worried about being in everybody's way and doing the wrong thing, making the wrong move. Where this year I've kind of settled down and it's more of,
Yeah,
I'm going to try to be more consistent and just be there, instead of worrying about everything.
and where you were last year is where I'm at right now. So
I see we got Wolf Runner on the house out there. He corrects himself in the house, but Bubba J on the house. That's
Gear Jammer, aka ping
the
pong
ping
or
pong pinball.
pinball.
So Hot Rod, I remember what a struggle you had when you first started running with us, because you stuck to the dirt for the most part. But you know, when you came over and started racing here at BSR, you committed yourself to the asphalt, and I remember the struggle you had for quite some time before you really started feeling comfortable and feeling like you were able to. How long did it take? How many seasons was it before you got your first asphalt win?
A couple, quite a few.
A lot of races, quite a few. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
know you didn't in the first season. Second season,
Well, I came in the middle of a season, like kind of like Eddie did, and I ran the team. I actually started in just the team series over here, and then I started running during the week with you guys, and then we went to the chase, finished out the chase. We didn't run the AK my first year here, so we didn't run that all winter, just the team series pretty much. And then the following season was my first pool season. I struggled hard in that.
yeah, and I think you were in a similar situation, kind of how you know what's with the luck Gear has been having lately. Gear's been having some
That
tough
was
luck.
that
Yeah,
was last year. I had that last year. Last year I couldn't get out of my own way. I got involved in every accident. Was in the middle of every accident. The only race I finished the whole first segment of last year, and in all three series, was that win in Atlanta in the truck. Yeah, I struggled hard at the beginning of last season.
yeah. And I mean, it was a point. You know, you were at a point then. You had already had a win behind you, and or two. You had several wins, and you know you're at a point now where you're competitive and you feel like you can win a race. But then when that when that tough luck starts hitting you, man, it's hard. And you've had a little bit of that this year too, but you know, here you are sitting in second place, only down by 10 points in the Xfinity Series on Friday night. So, yeah, you're having a great run this year.
Yes, I'm trying, working on it.
All
I
these
know.
races are falling into Larry's style of racing there because
Yeah,
he's
yeah. Didn't think about that, but that kind of helps because you know as well as everybody that runs here. Well, I'm the tire saver guy. I'm the fuel guy, and they've been playing out that way pretty much here lately. So
yep.
kind of helps out too.
Very few cautions, a lot of long green flag runs. You got to play that fuel strategy. You got to, I mean, it does make a difference.
So let's
But
talk.
here,
Go
but
ahead.
but but here's the thing. At the chase last year, I kind of got away from that and changed to getting my cars where they're not as good on the long run, but faster on in the beginning, and that's what's actually helped me be competitive. Buckets.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about the Saturday night race. I know this is one Pockets has been eagerly waiting on here for us to get to over to Saturday night team series. We ran race number 9 of season 40. So we are now one race away from our 400th team series race here at Bomb Squad Racing. Another milestone, 400 races in this team series, and that's at a 10 race season. 40 seasons we're about to have behind us. Yeah. Well, how did you used to say it, Pockets? The longest running Saturday night super speedway in sim racing.
Yes, the longest continually running super speedway series on, and as far as I know, the history of NASCAR race in 2003. I don't know anybody that's had the super speedway series that started as far back as that one did, and the team series started in 2008. So I guess next Saturday night it's 400, isn't it?
Yes,
Sure
next
is.
Saturday night is race number 400. And that
That's a
remember,
huge milestone.
absolutely that, and remember those are only official points races. You know that doesn't count the fun runs in between, and the meet and greet race we have every season prior to the new season, where you get to know your new teammates, and we have a non-point race at the beginning. So you add all those on, and it's more like 500 or 600, but 400 officially scored points races on Saturday night in this team series, and yeah, big milestone. So it was looks like it was BSR Momo for the Trump 2020 team took the pole. I believe Trump 2020 took the front row with Momo
They
and
did.
Hot Rod.
Yes, we did. Because you didn't qualify.
And,
Mr. DJ.
And it was BSR Pockets who took the win for the Black Car Mafia team. Much needed win for that Black Car Mafia team, as they were way back. They're
26 points.
26 points, and that win, while they may still be back in last, but they have definitely gained a ton of points in one race, and they gained points not only on the leaders, but they gained points on the second place team, the Trump 2020 team as well. Let's go take a look here at our race results. It was BSR Pockets who finished first for the Black Car Mafia, led 11 laps, so he did get a lap led bonus point for his team, brought home 47 points total for the Mafia. BSR Momo finished in third place for the Trump 2020 team, led the most laps, so he brought home 2 extra bonus points for that Trump team, brought home 43 points total. And Aftershock was struggling on week 9 of this series. 8th place, myself, BSR Texan, brought home the 8th place finish for the Aftershock team. All of my team had bad luck. 2 of us were out of the race before it ended, and there was a wreck on the last lap. I believe it was the last lap or the next to the last lap.
Next to last lap.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that took out
Right at the line.
yeah, Bubba J and myself were the only ones for Aftershock left in the race, and that basically took Bubba J out, and I managed to get the car back out of the grass and bring it home for an 8th place for Aftershock. But I mean, that's what these other 2 teams needed to see. They needed to see the Aftershock team have a really bad week like that and, get a bad finish. So only 37 points for Aftershock. That means Mafia made up 10 points on the leaders, and the Trump 2020 team made up 6 points on the leaders. So definitely a game changer here, as we have just one race left to go in the team series. As we take a look at the points, these guys are still going to need a little bit of luck on their side. Actually, a lot. Somebody on one of these 2 teams is going to have to lead the most laps, win the race, and hope that Aftershock has a similar week to what we did this last week. Because as you see there, it's 14 points back to the Trump 2020 team and 16 points back to the Black Car Mafia. So one race, that's not easy to make. It can be done. Either one of these teams, 16 points, 14 points, it can be done. But it's not going to be easy. You saw, even with the bad race that we had this last week, even if Pockets had managed to lead the most laps, they would have only gained 11 points with the Aftershock team having an 8th place finish. So it's going to take a great race for both of these teams, and a really terrible race for the entire Aftershock team.
Yeah, we got to stop y'all from leading any laps. Have
Yeah,
y'all
we
finish
hope y'all.
9th.
Yeah, exactly. We hope to have another week even worse than this one.
Hey, Larry, just get Momo to focus on Aftershade this week instead of Black Car Mafia.
I could see it this last Saturday night. Last night, I could tell. I think I even made a comment at one point during the race. You can tell these guys all know what the points are, because every time me and my team would go to one line, every other
Everybody.
car on the track would go to the other line. It didn't matter where they were, what they were. We could pull in behind somebody. They might let us help them push them up toward the front, but then they would boom right up in the other line, and anybody that was behind us, right straight out of our line, right into the other line. So, yeah, you guys definitely didn't make it easy. We could tell that everybody's looking at the points, and I'm sure that's exactly how it's going to be this next week as well.
Yeah, well, if you thought it was bad this week, wait till next week because it'll even be worse.
Yeah.
Well, all we can do is we try to maybe pit off cycle. That's kind of what our plan was this last weekend, the week before. Is a lot of times in these races, you want to stretch the fuel as long as you can in case it goes green. That way, on that very last pit stop, you got to take as little fuel as possible, and you get in and out of the pits as fast as you possibly can. But I think we've been just trying to maybe even pit a lap early, maybe 2 laps early, if we have to, just to stay away from all the chaos on pit road, and try to get out and get a draft together, and stay together up close to the front. So that's probably going to be our strategy. I shouldn't be giving our strategy away here, but yeah, we're probably going to be doing that again this next week. We'll probably just try to pit early, stay together, and stay out of all the chaos and the mayhem.
Yeah, strategy. I mean, a lot of the strategy is there if you study the strategy and are paying attention. It's not really a lot of it's not really a secret. If you know what I mean. I mean, you may not want to just make it everybody aware in case they're not thinking, but that's the beauty of the team series is that you actually have to kind of study it a little bit and see what your options are, and that's one of the things we like and have so much fun with it. And it's going to be exciting to come up to the 400th one of them here this Saturday night.
Well, let's go ahead and go take a look at our bonus points here after another week of racing. So I got another quick look at BSR Rugrats Trophy right there for you guys. Congrats again, Rugrat, on the Hangover 250 victory. And let's take a look at our bonus points here. We start out with the Truck Series. It was myself that brought home the victory in the Truck Series, and got 2 wins now in this series. So over there in the win column, looks like we've only had a total of 3 drivers win a race. We've only had 4 races now in the Truck Series? I thought we were 5 races in. 4 races in, I guess. Yeah, we had 2 weeks of dirt.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks of dirt.
And so 4 races in. Looks like I hold the lead in the totals bonus points over here as well with 5. Scar right behind me there with 3 bonus points. You got Eddie D, Momo, and Pockets are all tied with 2. And then Mayhem and SS Joba both have got 1 bonus point here in the Truck Series. And you see that Spring Texas top 5 sitting up there right-hand center. That box is going to be filled in after this week. Winner's going to get those 3 bonus points. Second place 2. Rest of the top 5 will all get 1. So it's going to be an exciting week coming up here at Texas Motor Speedway all 3 nights with those extra bonus points being given away. Let's take a look here at the Xfinity Series bonus points. Xfinity, Mayhem pulling off the victory. That's 2 wins for Mayhem in the Xfinity Series, and that is the first time that we've had a repeat winner on Friday night. Up until now, we've had a different race winner every night on Friday, but Mayhem now with 2 under his belt. Pockets, however, still leading the total bonus points over here with 4 in this Friday night Xfinity Series. Myself and Bubba J right behind him, both with 3 bonus points. Mayhem and Gear both have got 2 bonus points. You got Momo SS, Hot Rod, and Eddie D all in there with 1 bonus point here in the Xfinity Series.
Your bonus points aren't right in Xfinity.
What do you mean they're not right?
I should have at least 2.
What are you talking about? What do you mean that ain't right?
Yeah, exactly. What you mean ain't right? You got 1 for the AK.
Right.
And where's your other one?
The win last this. Oh no, you're right. You're right. That was in the cup. You're right.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
About to say.
It's the cup. I'm sorry. My bad. Keep going.
Yeah, as we'll switch over to the cup here, you will now see BSR Hot Rod adds his name to the race winners box over there with his cup win this past Thursday night at Homestead. Mayhem still at the top up there with 3. So as we were talking about earlier, he has missed a race, which has put him 30-something points back in the Cup Series. But with 3 victories, he's still doing well in the bonus point area. Pockets, on the other hand, doing even better. Not only leading on Friday night with the bonus points, but he's leading on Thursday night as well with 5 total bonus points on Thursday night. Next closest driver is SS Joba with 4. Mayhem and myself both have 3. It is Hot Rod and Momo both having 2, and the rookie Palmian in there in the Cup Series with 1 bonus point for that top 5 finish at Daytona.
I love those bonus points.
That's right. That's right.
That bonus point will pay dividends for him down the road.
Yep, that spring Texas race coming up this Thursday night. So more bonus points being given away there. And after that, our next bonus point race will be the All-Star race. Or is it going to be the end of the segment first? Is All-Star?
No, it's the All-Star and the segment are together. Because it goes the All-Star race, then the Charlotte race is the last of the segment races, which is the following week.
Gotcha.
After the All-Star race. So they're all pretty much right there together.
Yeah, that'll put us about halfway through the regular season, and we'll have about half of these boxes filled up. That spring Texas box will be filled up this week. Then we'll have the All-Star race right toward the end of segment 1. That box will get filled again. All-Star race 3-2-1-1-1 on the bonus points. And then for the segment, the winner of the segment is going to get 2 bonus points. The rest of the top 5 are all going to get 1. And we will also be adding in our race attendance bonus points at the end of the segment. So if you made, we got 13 races. I believe the number is 7. You make at least 7 of those races, you're going to get all 13 bonus points.
Yeah, 7 in the Cup. It's 6 in the Xfinity.
Yeah, and 7 in the truck, which is a whole, just the one segment. 13 bonus points, 13 races total, so 7 in that one.
Yes, in the truck, yes. But that's at the end. Because there's no overall in the truck series where there is in the Xfinity and the Cup. Right, Pockets, we're still doing it overall?
Yes, I believe so. I believe that's correct.
Yeah, I still have the overall, the full season top 5 boxes in there. So if we have that point system running as well, we'll be keeping track of that and giving those bonus points away as well.
Yes, it's not up because conflicts. But as soon as the first segment's done, I will put that in, and then after we run the first race in the second segment, I'll put that whole thing in.
And it looks like we've made it through a whole spotter stand here. Since nobody else has mentioned it, I'll bring it up. I think Mayhem is the only. Mayhem's not here. It's the only reason it hasn't been mentioned so far. But we've got Homestead out of the way, and since Homestead is not the last race of the chase, there's pretty much. I mean, knock on some wood. Well, there is absolutely no chance of me blowing 4th gear at Homestead to lose the championship.
You're right. There is that. So you brought it up.
You mentioned it in the
We're
middle of the
let that
race.
go. Yeah, we were going to let that go because you didn't blow up this week, and you brought it up.
Yeah, I made it through Homestead without blowing any gears. no fourth gear, no gear whatsoever. Now, what do we end the season with? Phoenix.
I was going to
Yes,
say
sir.
this year it'll be Phoenix for
Yeah,
you.
I could still blow fourth gear at Phoenix, but there's no chance I'm going to blow fourth gear at Homestead to lose the championship this year.
No way.
Unless NASCAR miraculously changes the schedule in the middle of the season once they do start racing again.
I have at that note, I have a question because they're not running. They are going to change their schedule. Or are we going to alter our schedule at all, or are we going to leave it the way it is?
I think we should just leave it how it is. It's already said. It was the schedule they would have had, and yeah, are they going to alter the schedule, or are they just going to drop the races that they've missed?
They're not sure. They're talking about making up the races, but as many races as they have missed, I don't see how they're going to do that. They don't have enough off weeks.
They've only missed 2 so far.
Yeah, but the Cup only has 2 weeks off period. So starting this week, they're not going to have enough off weeks to make anything up. They'll either have to double up weekends or something stupid. So
Add a week at the end. Yeah.
they can't do that either because they'll run into Thanksgiving. So they can't do that.
And maybe some of the races that they repeat or go back to, maybe they can, like Vito says, double up and run 2 races on the same weekend.
Well, they're doing that with Pocono, so I just wondering if maybe that's their plan to double up some of the races where they can. Well, I don't know. That's why I was throwing it out there. So we need to kind of kick it around a little bit.
I'm sure we'll figure out something.
Well, that's about all we got for you guys this week. It's been another great week of racing, and we're looking forward to another great week. It's going to be exciting at Texas Motor Speedway all 3 nights. Great race, great track for racing, Cup and truck. That's going to be a fun. That's going to be a fun race, fun track. Like I said, there's probably going to be some guys running their spoiler down a little bit in that CTS physics, both on Wednesday and Friday night. So
Thursday, baby.
You gonna run your spoiler down on Thursday night too?
My Texas set has the spoiler down on Thursday night.
So we're gonna have some cars very loose. You're gonna be seeing the driver's side number of somebody's car who's in front of you at some point during the week. You might even be seeing the front of their car, which is something you don't want to be seeing when you're behind them.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
That's right.
We appreciate all you guys tuning in out there live and watching with us. And thanks again to all you guys who come in and help out every week here with the spotter stand. And we will see you guys on the track Wednesday night at Texas.
See ya.
See ya.
Holla!